Okay, Taters, so I have a major Chud update, and this is going to be hilarious. You're going to love this. So, Chud's fake fiance, because we already know that she's been exposed as not his real fiance, she's being used as a tool because she was Chud's side piece, so they wanted to basically paint her as a fiance to give more sympathy to Chud, to basically get him out of jail sooner, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, his stink on say is now on his actual account, and she's scrubbing it. Y'all remember that tweet he had at the top of his account? Not this one, because she pinned this here. But he had a tweet saying something like, in the end, I'm going to put a bullet in some chimp and I'm going to be found not guilty because of self-defense, and then they all are going to riot. Y'all remember that one? Yeah. Guess what? She deleted it. Look at it. Look, she deleted it. She basically scrubbed Chud's entire Twitter line to remove anything that's incriminating. But what the dumb heifer don't know is that the DA already have those on archive, as well as have screenshots of those. And guess what? Elon still have the copy of those tweets on a back server. So you going on here and deleting all that, and then of course pinning this stupid thing, the give, send, go. One of the many give, send, goes is not going to do anything. But anyway, so she basically quote tweets some loser. I don't know who this guy is. And she says, "This is Chud's fiance. He gave me access to his ex. Chud wants this reposted on his account because he wants his Bible back ASAP." Oh my God. You should look at the replies, which I'm going to show later. But let's go to that guy's actual account and let's read. I'm sorry. The reason I'm laughing is because this is hilarious. This guy had the Bible that belonged to the jail, and they moved cells. I'm still going to read what he said, but they moved the cells, and therefore when they transferred him from one cell to another, they didn't give the Bible. I guess they didn't get the Bible from the other cell and then give it to him in a new cell. And he cried, "They won't give my Bible." Well, it's not your Bible. So they gave him a tablet, which I didn't know that prisoners can have tablets now. But anyway, they gave him that, and he's complaining about that. But what he's saying is that because the jail won't give him the Bible that they loan him, they are violating his freedom of religion. You can't make this up. So let's go ahead and read this. This is hilarious. So this is what the tweet says. Dalton earthily says he is being denied access to his Bible while in jail. Again, it's not his Bible. He did not come to jail with a Bible. They gave him a Bible. So it says, according to Dalton, jail staff took his Bible and have refused to return it. No explanation has been provided for why it was taken or why he is being denied access to it. Here's the situation in his own words. "I was in a solitary cell for the first 3 weeks with nothing but a Bible." Again, he says a Bible, not his Bible. The Bible belongs to the jail. Okay. It's not his Bible. So he's basically chimping out because the Bible that he had in one cell was not transferred to the cell he's in now. "They moved me from that cell and put me in this new cell, but for some reason took my Bible in the move. They gave me this tablet that crashes every 3 seconds and dies within a few hours. Not allowed to charge it during the day, so I'm greatly limited to my access to the scriptures." You think I believe this clown is looking at scriptures on the Bible and not corn? Huh? Okay, you in that cell all alone with your lovely hand, honey. Okay, I know what you're doing. I know what you're looking at on that tablet. It ain't the scriptures of the Bible, all right? Access to the scriptures, not to mention that the user experience of being unable to navigate through the pages. This is so amazing. Scrolling through thousands of pages of a PDF file, Bible is simply insufficient and basically unusual. I've asked very kindly and politely, even offering to pay whatever amount they want for a copy of a physical Bible that I, for some reason, had access to 4 weeks. Again, he had access to the jail's Bible. It wasn't his Bible. All right, let me get back to what I was saying. That I had access to for weeks, but am being denied. The admin, Captain Oaks, is sending me, all caps, replied with clear frustration and vindictiveness, indicating an obvious malicious interference with my religious studies. Now, I want you to remember this name, Captain Oaks, okay? Now, he's mad at Captain Oaks. He's getting his followers to attack Captain Oaks. And would you like to see what Captain Oaks looks like? Come on, you're going to want to see it. You know you're going to want to see it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here she goes. Ta-da! This is Captain Oaks. She's a white woman. She's a white woman with blue eyes and pretty blonde hair that she has in a little bun on top of her head. Yes, I do declare. You guys can never sit up here and say that this is black people's fault. You had, okay, a white judge. That was Judge Poland. Then you had Judge Williams. I think that's the second judge. They both are old white men. Okay, both are white. All right. I don't know what her position in the jail, so I don't think she's at the top. Okay, but apparently she's where you complain about Bibles, and she's a pretty old white woman. Now, why are you not complaining and telling that this white woman is chipping out about not giving you a Bible? God, I love this story so much. All right, he continues. I have had 0 reports written on me, and I've been kind and polite to all staff my entire time here. I have been getting closer to God and studying the scripture all day, every day for the last 25 days. I have no idea why they decided to take my Bible. Captain Oaks replying, you have a tablet. That's why. Stop. Oh my God. Why are you chipping out about this kind, beautiful white woman telling you that you have a tablet, Chud? Okay. Oh, she put in all caps, you have a tablet. That's why. Stop asking. Seems highly unprofessional and frankly rude, considering the Jewish man in the cell next to mine was rocking back and forth while reading a physical Torah in his cell today, even though he has the same tablet and there is an electronic Torah on the tablet as well. Lies, 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 lies. These people love to use the Jews as their scapegoat. Okay, this is why I don't have any respect for these type of white people, because they keep blaming 1.7% of the population for cucking them, owning everything that they said that their ancestors took and basically created, basically, you know, humiliating them, controlling government, blah, 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 scapegoat. Okay, victim, 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 victim. And Chud and all of his followers hate Jews. Okay, they hate black people too, but they hate Jews more than black people. And they try to incite blacks to fight their war against the Jews by physically attacking Jews, but black people are not falling for it. But anyway, I know he's lying, because it's like, well, first of all, why would a Jew, a religious Jewish man, be in a cell with the Torah? So you understand, these people lie a lot, okay? They lie a lot. So I'm not really believing anything like that. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong, because I don't know what the cell, the structure of the cell looks like. I don't know how how it's positioned, how it's made, how it's constructed. I don't know. But I was shocked that they are allowed actual computer tablets. I didn't know that. I thought when you're in solitary confinement, you were allowed letters, books, actual magazines. I didn't know you were allowed, electronic devices. So anyway, but then again, I'm so behind on what's going on in the cells these days. From my understanding, when you're in solitary confinement, you're not able to see the person next to you. Anybody been in jail in Tennessee? if solitary confinement has changed to where you can see the other person, because I do believe solitary confinement means that you don't get to see anybody but the actual prison guard. Like you're in a brick wall enclosure. So how is it that you can look to the cell next to you and see a Jewish man reading the Torah, rocking back and forth? Victim. Okay, here's the last one. I've been kind about asking for a Bible, but at this point, these people are just violating my right to religious freedom. No, they're not. You not getting a Bible does not violate your right to religious freedom. Okay? And then I don't even know the context of this, but I guess he's supposed to be reading to some black woman the Bible. Now, let me tell you something. Christians get ready to get mad at me, but I don't mean this in any disrespectful way. But I remember when I came across a member of the Nation of Islam. Name was Brother George. And I remember Brother George I was a Christian at the time, wearing crucifix. He was telling me, like, why you got that crucifix around you if it killed your God? If Jesus was murdered with a gun, would you have that around your neck? I mean, just so many things that I just couldn't justify. But I'll never forget one of the things he said in reference to Christianity, because he says Christianity was never the original spirituality of our ancestors. And he said, if our ancestors prayed to the Christian God to free them, and the slave master who introduced Christianity to the slave, prayed to the same God, asking that God to make sure that you work twice as hard in the field, in the plantation field, which person is that Christian God going to listen to? The slave or the slave master? One last thing. On Sundays, the slaves were allowed to worship, and they were, until the drums were taken, they were allowed to use drums, and they would go around a circle and a bonfire, and they would do chants and dances, actually asking for the guidance of the ancestors. I'm not going to mention the spirituality, but once it got to the point, because that wasn't allowed in the beginning of slavery, but once that was allowed and that type of worship was masked under Christianity, and it started spreading from plantation to plantation, that's when the slaves started to see a difference. That's when slavery began to go into the decline, and more slaves were able to successfully escape, as well as to be bought out of slavery, and then soon slavery was abolished. Personally, I believe they went back to their roots, and that's how they got the results of getting out of slavery, because they picked the right spirituality and disregard the slave master's religion. You can fact check me on everything I'm telling you. I am not making this up. I study religion. I study a lot of spirituality. They brought their spirituality with them, and they practiced in private until they were allowed to practice in public under the disguise of religion. So let's get into the replies, because those are the funny posts that really will make you laugh and say, okay, this was great. So let's go ahead and look at those right now. Captain Jessica Oates, the authoritarian Christian hater. Y'all chipping out over the Bible? It's just a book. Just like it's just a word Chud went around saying, cult. All the old fallback on religion to cope with the fact that I'm a POS tactic, shaking my head, F Chud. Oh yeah, seek empathy from the low IQ gullible American Christians now. Guys, Chud was a tea-loving drug addict, nymphomaniac, never believed in Jesus, dude. Do not support him. He is grifting and doing everything to come out of jail. Should have thought about that before. Is he chimping out over the Old Testament or the new one? Dude is literally always the victim in every situation. Then he's always asking for help. Created every problem he's ever been in and now asking for help again to get out of the situation. He's just a white N-word. I'm not going to say that word, even though it's actually not the word that would get me in trouble. I'm not going to say it. Poor, lives in trailer, doesn't take care of his kids, and always in and out of jail. Yes, I love it. I freaking love it. Okay. Crap, he should have thought about that before going out in the streets trying to get views, being an idiot with a gun in his pocket. Helen Keller saw this coming. LOL, this N-word a spawn of the devil. Keep that book away from him. The Bible does not promote hate and discrimination. Stop insulting the holy book. Okay, I really like this one. Here it is. Tell Dalton to F off. Enjoy those upcoming years in your jail cell. And then they showed this meme of the Chud sandwich. So they said, the Chud sandwich, white bread, full of racism, cop calling Karen, and a small courthouse mustard, a heavy dash of Tennessee prison Spitfire sauce, 1.25 million bond. The unseen majority. I love this. This is so great. Obviously, you've never been to jail. You have no rights. Get it? You don't even have them when you're not in jail. I'll take crap that didn't happen. But even if it is happening, you have no rights to property in jail. You are not entitled to a thing except the food they give you and the clothes they make you wear. Suck it up, Buttercup. Prison isn't a vacation. You tried to murder an innocent black man after provoking him with racism. Not even the guards are putting up with your attitude. Womp womp. Keep simping and opening your wallet for a man who does not know you or care about you. Nowhere in the Bible does it says harass black people, bear mace, or shoot them. You want Jesus now? Pray. You don't get to play victim after being the asshole that landed you behind bars. Politely stop B-wording and do your time like a man. Be glad that they don't put your ass in general population. This is Oaks. Look at those eyes. She's a demon. Now, I want you to take a look at this, because if this was a black woman, they'll be calling her all kinds of N-words, she-boons, all kinds of derogatory words and racial slurs. But she's white. She's not a Jewish white either. She's a white. But because she won't let Chud have the jail Bible, now she's a demon. You can't win with these people. If they're white, then they're a demon. If they're black, then they're all kinds of racial slurs. Okay, these are the last three I'm going to read. Okay, from Fact Stater, I'm black, and I personally do believe he should be able to read his Bible as long as it isn't a racist one. What? What racist Bible do they have? I'm totally lost. He's liable to better himself reading the Bible rather than sitting angry in prison. I know he deserves it, but he also deserves to grow closer to God. See, this is how I know this is basically a troll, okay? He did not capitalize God. So I think this is probably a white atheist person, or basically a white person who's not a Christian, because like to sit up here and say, I'm black, Every time somebody sit up here and say, I'm black, they're not black. They're just lying. Leviticus says, when he's a demon who goes around antagonizing innocent people and his heart is full of hatred, why would he need a Bible? Everyone knows devils like him don't read the Bible. Don't pretend to be religious now. And the last one, what a fake ass F Christian. Everything he does is quite literally the opposite of what the Bible teaches. Get a grip. So there you have it, taters. So, Chud is really trying to get sympathetic here by first pretending he got a fiance, turning his side piece into a fiance. That's some nasty work. And now you trying to act like you are a Christian. Like, are you serious? Are you? I mean, listen, y'all know me in reference to religion, but if he's going to go that route, then I mean, the question should be asked to you is that, is he far off from his ancestors? I'm just asking questions. That's all I'm doing. Okay, I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm just asking questions. Anyway, let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Don't forget to give me a like. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Later, taters. Hey everybody, would you like to get exclusive uncensored content that you will not find here on YouTube? Head on over there to my Patreon at patreon.com/justtree411. There you will get uncensored videos, video clips, articles. You even get ebooks and a whole lot more. I have a very tight community over there, and that's also a place where you can get to talk to me directly. We have everything from free membership to paid membership, $5 and up. So what are you waiting for? Come on over there and check me out, all right? Patreon.com/justtree411. A direct link is available in the description box as well as the pinned comment, and I look forward to seeing you over there.